Please have a seat for joining us. We'll start with statements by Foreign Minister Gidon Saar and Minister of Foreign Affairs Margus Chachna from Estonia. Please.
Thank my friend, Estonian Foreign Minister Margus Chachna, for his solidarity visit in Israel. Margus, we appreciate your visit, especially at this time, but I know Estonians are brave people. You didn't have any problem to come. Thank you for that. 2025 was an important year for our bilateral relations. Last November, I don't believe it happened only 4 months ago, but it's only 4 months ago. I had the privilege of opening Israel's embassy in Tallinn. That was a great day. It reflects the importance I see in our relations. We look forward to continuing the momentum on 2026. I admire the abilities of the people of Estonia in innovation, what you achieved on digital services for your citizens. And I'm sure that we are going to do great things together. The Mediterranean terror regime is the #1 source of regional and global instability. Since the Islamic Revolution in 1979, it has exported extremism, terror, and bloodshed in the Middle East and beyond. Iran has built up a proxy network of terror states across the region. Hezbollah in Lebanon, Hamas in Gaza, and the Houthis in Yemen. Iran built the Hezbollah terror state within Lebanon, effectively controlling the country from afar. We see it again these days. The regime exports its fanatic interpretation of Islam around the world. The regime is anti-Western and seeks to destroy our Western lifestyle. This Med regime butchers huge masses of its own people struggling for their freedom. This regime deliberately attacks civilian populations in its neighboring countries and in Israel. It attacks Christians, Jews, and Muslims. It attacks holy sites of the 3 religions. Yesterday it hit by the Church of the Holy Sepulchre in the old city of Jerusalem. I spoke this morning with the Patriarch and conveyed our solidarity. It also hit the Al-Aqsa compound. On Friday it hit the Muslim village of Zarzir in the northern part of our state, injuring 58 people. It hit a mosque on Ramadan. On March 1st, it struck a synagogue in Beit Shemesh, killing 9 Jews. This mad regime attacks civilians everywhere indiscriminately. Israel and the United States are taking out Iran's nuclear program, which it planned on immediately moving to a deep underground facility to achieve immunity from airstrikes. We are destroying its ballistic missiles program and military industry. These don't just threaten Israel, Minister, but also other countries in the Middle East and Europe. This will directly impact European security for the better. You, of course, know the extent of Iran's contribution in intelligence and weapons to the war in Ukraine. Last night, the IDF took out commander of the Basij, Soleimani, and his deputy and Secretary of the Supreme National Security Council, Ali Larijani. The Iranians are also safer without them. By the way, we still haven't seen Mojtaba. Wouldn't you like to see him, Minister? He should show his face. He can hide, he can continue to hide, but to show his face because it's beginning to be embarrassing for this regime. The Basij under Soleimani's command was responsible for the brutal repression of the Iranian people seeking their freedom. Soleimani was under US and EU sanctions for his role in repressing Iranians. Larijani was also under US sanctions for the same reason, with a $10 million prize on his head. We did it for free, anyhow. The Basij used cruel and violent methods against their own people. In January, the regime butchered probably over 30,000 Iranians. Our actions are weakening its repression mechanism. The regime can only be toppled by the Iranian people. Yet, without external help, the Iranian people cannot liberate themselves. The international community is facing a dangerous phenomenon of modern piracy by terror states. We spoke about it in our conversation. Terror states are violently taking over shipping lanes and harming the global economy. The Houthis, an Iranian proxy, crippled the freedom of navigation in the Red Sea. Now, the Iranian regime is blocking international shipping and the flow of energy through the Strait of Hormuz. Yet, it's giving free and selective passage to Russia and China, for example. This assassination of global order and trade and the freedom of navigation is driving up the cost of living in the whole world. This isn't simply an American and Israeli issue. It's a global problem. If this strategy is successful, tomorrow other regimes can act the same way in other places. It can become the problem of the Baltic, Black, or Mediterranean seas. If Iranian piracy in the Strait of Hormuz isn't crushed, this form of terror will spread around the world. Under Iranian direction, Hezbollah joined the war against Israel. So far, it has launched around 2,000 missiles and drones at Israel. It's an unbelievable number within 2 weeks. Many more attacks have been launched from Lebanese territory than from Iran. Our communities in the north are under attack, at times too close for the sirens to alert them of incoming Hezbollah terror missiles. These are the same citizens, Minister, that spent a year away from their homes in 2024 after Hezbollah joined Hamas's war against Israel. The story of their suffering is not being told. The international media only reports on what happens on the Lebanese side of the border. What normal country wouldn't act when facing such attacks? Israel will defend its citizens and communities. I remind you, in 2000, Israel completely withdrew from Lebanon down to the last millimeter. Since then, the Hezbollah terror